In 1914, millions of young men entered the trenches of World War I, expecting glory but finding hell. Trenches stretched over 25,000 miles across the Western Front, often flooded with knee-deep mud contaminated by corpses and chemical waste. Soldiers faced constant sniper fire, with life expectancy sometimes measured in days. The British Army alone suffered 20,000 casualties daily during major offensives. Personal accounts describe the stench of rotting flesh and the deafening noise of artillery, which caused many to develop shell shock, now recognized as PTSD. Artillery caused over 60% of WWI casualties, with some bombardments lasting weeks. The Battle of Verdun saw 1 million shells fired in a single day, turning landscapes into lunar craters. Soldiers described the sound as thunder that never ended, vibrating through their bones. Dugouts offered little protection. Direct hits buried men alive. Psychological trauma was rampant. Men forgot their own names or screamed uncontrollably. By 1917, artillery tactics evolved with creeping barrages, but misfires often killed advancing infantry. The phrase "over the top" became synonymous with futile death. In the Battle of the Somme, 60,000 British soldiers fell on the first day, many within minutes. Machine guns fired 600 rounds per minute, mowing down entire platoons. Survivors drowned in mud-filled craters or were trapped in barbed wire, easy targets for snipers. Gas attacks added to the horror. Chlorine burned lungs, while mustard gas caused blistering and blindness. Less than 10% of assaults gained significant ground, yet commanders repeated the tactic for years. After battles, no man's land became a graveyard. Wounded men cried for days until they died, as rescue missions were suicidal. Rats grew fat on corpses, some as large as cats. The 1914 Christmas truce saw enemies briefly bury the dead together, but such humanity vanished as the war escalated. Photographs from the time show landscapes stripped of vegetation, littered with shattered helmets and rusted rifles. For survivors, the guilt of living while comrades died often haunted them more than physical wounds. Trench life degraded bodies and minds. Trench foot, caused by weeks in wet boots, led to 75,000 British amputations. Lice spread typhus, while rats contaminated food. Shell shock victims, once accused of cowardice, showed symptoms like tremors and blindness without physical injury. By 1918, 80,000 British soldiers were diagnosed. Letters from home became lifelines, but many censored the truth to spare families. When the war ended in 1918, survivors carried invisible scars, and the trenches remained, filled with bones and unexploded shells.